So hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Hasta Education. So in this video I am going to discuss about the optical power or the power of an optical instrument. Alright, so let's get started. So our today's topic is optical power. Okay, here it is the definition. Optical power of an instrument is the ability of the instrument to deviate the path of rays passing through it. Alright, it is the ability of the instrument, okay, to deviate the path of the rays which are passing through it. Okay, so if the instrument converges the rays which are incident parallel to the principal axis, then its power is said to be positive. Okay, we say that the power of the optical instrument is positive. Okay, if the instrument converges, alright, if the instrument converges the rays parallel to the principal axis. Okay, let's say some rays are coming parallel to the principal axis and the optical instrument converges them. Okay, then its power is said to be positive. Okay, and if the instrument diverges the rays which are coming parallel to the principal axis, okay, if the instrument diverges the rays, okay, which are coming parallel to the principal axis, then in that case the power of the optical device is said to be negative. Okay, so power is nothing but just the ability of the device, okay, ability of the optical device to deviate the rays which are passing through it. Okay, so let's say I have a convex lens. Alright, it is a convex lens. Alright, and let's say some rays are coming parallel to the principal axis. Okay, and this lens, okay, converges these rays. Okay, these are the parallel incident rays and this device converges them. Alright, so its power will be positive. Okay, as we have already said that if the optical device converges the rays which are coming parallel to the optical device, then its power will be said to be positive. Alright, so similarly, let's say I have an optical instrument which is the concave lens. Alright, this is a concave lens. Okay, so let's say these are the parallel incident ray. Okay, and this concave lens diverges them. Okay, the parallel incident ray. Okay, so as we have seen already that if the optical instrument diverges the incoming parallel rays, then its power will be negative. Okay, so we have to focus whether the optical instrument deviates the parallel rays or uh, whether it converges or whether it diverges the incoming parallel rays. Alright, if it converges then its power will be positive, if it diverges them then its power will be negative. Alright, so similarly let's see this is a concave mirror. Alright, and these are the parallel incident rays. Okay, so these rays after reflection passes through focus. Okay, that means they are converged. Okay, so the power of this device will be, as it is converging the parallel incident ray. Okay, so its power will be positive. Alright, similarly the power of a convex mirror will be negative. Alright, So let's see the formula to calculate the power. Okay, so here it is the formula. For lens, power in diopter is given by 1 upon focal length. Okay, and the focal length is to be taken in meter. Alright, and for mirror, the power that is in diopter equals to the minus 1 upon focal length. Alright, and the focal length is to be taken in meter. Alright, so if the power is positive, that means the optical device will be converging in nature. If the power is negative, then the optical device will be diverging in nature. Alright, this is the very important thing we have to keep in our mind. Alright, this is bidirectional. That means if the device is converging in nature, then its power will be positive, or positive power means diverging in nature. Okay, so there is a very important thing. Okay, so this point to be noted down, and the point says that never decide the converging or diverging nature of the optical device from the sign of focal length. Okay, maximum people do this mistake. Okay, they decide the converging or diverging nature of the optical device from the sign of focal length. Okay, they said that if focal length is positive, then it will be converging. If focal length is negative, then it will be diverging. Okay, but it is not correct. Okay, this we have to keep in our mind. Okay, always you have to decide the converging or diverging nature of an optical instrument from the sign of the power. Okay, if the power is positive, then the device will be converging in nature. If the power is negative, then the device will be diverging in nature. Okay, this is a note point. Okay, never decide the converging and diverging nature of an optical device from the sign of focal length. Okay, so here it is a table. Okay, so here are the some optical devices like concave mirror, convex lens, concave lens, and convex mirror. Alright, these are some optical devices. Alright, and here there's sign of focal length, and it is the power, sign of power, and it is the nature of the devices, and here it is the ray diagram. Alright, the power of lens is given by 1 upon focal length, but the power of mirror is given by minus 1 upon focal length. Okay, this is a very important formulation. Right, so in case of concave mirror, alright, in case of concave mirror, the sign of focal length is, okay, the sign of focal length is negative. Okay, sign of focal length is negative, but the power is positive because the power of a mirror is minus 1 upon focal length. Okay, so since power is positive, the nature of the device will be converging in nature. Okay, so here is the ray diagram. It is a concave mirror, and these are the parallel incident rays. Okay, after the reflection, the reflected rays are convergent. Okay, so one thing we have to note that we have to decide the converging or diverging nature from the sign of this power. Okay, we shouldn't decide the